Okay. Okay. My name's Heddi Greenwood. I'm the NLP coach for this session. It's session 21. I'm just going to move that. Session 21, reframing. And my client today is Carol. Hello, Carol.
Hello, Heddi.
Hi. Okay. So what's you struggling with today? What's your problem?
My problem is that my boss in work is planning the future without me in it because I won't be in it over the next 6 months and I have 4 weeks left and I'm trying to get everything in place so everything runs smoothly when I'm not there, but I really feel left out of future plans in the company.
Okay, and this is because you're pregnant, yes, and you're going to be off on maternity leave,
Yes,
yes? Okay, and
yes.
so you're feeling a bit like a spare part at the moment, like you're kind of there, but they kind of already getting it to work without you being there. They're making preparation for you not being there.
Yeah, and I'm not being brought in to make decisions, which is killing me because I like making decisions.
Okay, so you're feeling a bit disposable at the moment,
Yes, yeah,
and a bit neglected, really, I guess.
yeah.
And like you'd like to still take part in the same way. Are
Hmm.
you planning to return to the job?
Yes.
You are. And how long will you be away? Just the 6 months?
I should be back in January.
In January, okay. Okay. And how is it becoming a problem for you now? How's it making you feel?
Um, I'm feeling quite left out because there's certain decisions that have been made to change things like corporate image and logos, and the ones that they've chosen are awful. You know, I don't feel they represent the company at all, and I'm trying my best to think of it as, you know, that's somebody else's decision. But I feel that the company's going in a sort of direction that it doesn't suit the company because it's a family-run business, and I feel that some of the decisions that are being made are very restrictive for the company, and we get a lot of our business because we're a family-based company.
Okay.
So
So you feel like key decisions that you'd normally play quite a critical role in are being removed from you at the moment?
yes, yeah.
Okay. And is it making you feel hurt or damaged or just frustrated?
It's making me feel a bit frustrated. So and I would like to have input.
Do you feel like
But because I haven't been asked, I can't really.
yeah, do you feel like a level of control's been removed from you? Do you feel like it's
Yeah,
going out of control for you?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, can I give you a call back? I just need to talk with Stella and we'll come back to you shortly. Okay?
If I can remove myself, you might
Okay.
have to ring each other.
Will you call us back in 5 minutes?
I'll call you back in
Just
five
join the
minutes.
call. If you sign off, do we lose the call?
Let me see if I can remove myself. Um, I'll have a go. Oh, end call with this person. I think I'm ending call with myself. Okay.
Oh, you've ended Stella.
Oh no. You'll have to phone back, Stella, because I think we'll have to lose me.
Okay. Well, call us back in 5, okay?
So 9.
Hello. Hi. Yeah, we have to do it this way, and then what we'll do is we'll hang up, and she'll call us back in 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. So, what thoughts did you have about that, and how she can feel better about it?
What I think, what I would do, I think that she's focusing, here on the wrong thing in terms of that. She will be 6 months away with her child, so there is time for everything in life.
Yeah.
And I think that if she focuses on what this time for in her life now, and that's basically to enjoy her time with the baby and to do that work as best as she can. It will take away her mind from what's going on at work, because she should be really ideally present and enjoying her 6 months as being mom. You know what I mean? In that way with the new baby. That's what I would say. I don't know what what else I would
So basically we're saying that the feeling that the reason that her colleagues are trying to remove things from her is to give her space to prepare for her time ahead, for what she needs to be putting her head into, which is her pregnancy and having her baby safely, securely, and enjoying the motherhood part that she can have while she's off work without the stress of having to have decisions to make at this point. Is that what you think would be?
Yeah. Now that might not be. That's what I would, because there is time for everything in life, and she ideally shouldn't be worrying about
logos.
Yes, it's like now also I would say there is little fear of letting go of control of what is happening.
The control, yeah.
So kind of but I don't know how I would reframe this otherwise, do you have any ideas? Any other ideas?
Well, my feeling was that it could be something along the lines of these, feeling of being disposable and feeling not in control of the situation at the moment is a situation that is being created for her to feel more comfortable about not feeling so under stress within the company at the moment, and allowing her to be able to find, the space to let go of her role so that she can actually do the role she needs to be concentrating on now, which is motherhood, which is more important right now than her job. And that the reason these people they're not trying to make her feel that she's not worthwhile or she's not got a value in the company. It's more to make her feel free to go and enjoy what she's going to do, and that they will take care of things, that she doesn't need to worry.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Something along those lines. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, because we can definitely, go with that.
Because I think she's feeling that she's being pushed out and that it's going to undermine her going back. Whereas really it could be, seriously, that they want her to feel comfortable about feeling that it's going to get taken care of. Okay, let's see if we can get this call in. Hold on a sec. Have you got it coming up? Hello?
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi. How are you? You're not quite back yet.
They are.
Yeah, you're back now.
I've just discovered something.
What did you discover?
You can make your screen bigger by just dragging or your pictures, so you can get it
the
at the
little
same
one at the
size.
bottom.
So you can all be the same size.
Oh no, I can't get them the same size, but I've got mine. See, now that I've done that, mine's bigger than it was, but it's still a lot smaller than you two. How have you managed to do that?
I just put my arrow in the corner of the picture and held up my left hand, dragged it out, like you would with a picture on a document.
I've dragged out as far as it'll. Mine's dragged as far as it'll go, but it's still quite a lot smaller than you guys, and I don't know why. Stella, we haven't got your video yet. I can hear you, but I
can see
you.
it, Stella.
I can see it, Stella. My Heddi's still uploading, but last time you two were uploading for quite a while, and then at some point.
Yeah, I've got bad signal quality again here.
Okay.
Come on, Stella. I think it's mine more than yours, though.
I'm sorry, I have to keep leaning over for it to be comfortable.
Where are you, Stella? Should we try calling again and see if it does it? It's not bothering my dad. Oh dear. I've got you, Karen.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. My belly's actually touching the seat.
That's better. Right, okay, we're here now. Okay. Yeah, the calls tonight aren't a problem because my dad's taken all the batteries out of all of the phones, so he's not got any phones upstairs at the moment.
See, there's a silver lining in every cloud.
That's why they're turning up on the doorstep. They're worried about him. And I said, what, you think if he was ill, I wouldn't have called someone? You know, if there was a problem, I wouldn't tell anyone. Oh, never mind. Anyway, so, okay, so a moment ago, you said that you were feeling disposable and a bit out of control at your work at the moment.
Yes.
And I appreciate that and can see why you might feel that way. But, start again. No buts, no however.
Oh.
Okay.
But however, I understand.
Okay.
Ouch. But there are words that we use all the time.
Did you do that? I understand. I know, it's hard to get rid of it.
The negators.
Negator. Okay. Hi Carol, we're back. A moment ago you were telling us that you were feeling a bit out of control at work at the moment, it being your last few weeks, and a little bit disposable and a bit neglected in a way. And I appreciate that you could feel that way about that situation. And I'm inclined to think that maybe your colleagues are trying to create an environment where you feel easy to go for your time that you're going to be away, and they want you to have that time to get used to the idea of not being at work and giving you the time to let go before you go, so that you feel confident that everything will be taken care of while you're not there, but allow you the space to think about what you should be doing, your real role, which is now to be a new mum and to enjoy it, so that before you leave you're not going straight into it on the day you leave thinking, oh, I haven't finished that and that isn't done and are they going to do this and they're going to do that. You know before you leave that everything's under control, they've taken it over, they're doing your job perfectly well, you'll come back to a perfectly well run company, and you can actually enjoy your 6 months of being at home with your baby. And that's kind of what I see sort of between the lines. I don't know how that feels for you, but that's kind of what I'm hearing.
Okay. Oh yes, yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah? Good, okay. So your role is to be a mum. And you need to start letting go of your work, and it doesn't mean you don't do your best, but you start to let go and hand the reins over to those that are going to have to keep it well for you for when you get back, and trust them to do that so that you can enjoy
Okay.
your baby.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, right, let's press the stop button on the recording.
Call is being recorded.
Okay.
My name's Heddi Greenwood. This is session 20, the Strategy Scrambler, and my client is Carol. Hello, Carol.
Hello, Heddi.
Hi. How have you been today?
Great, thank you.
Good. Oh, I didn't really want you to sit down there. That's the trance chair. But as you're there, don't worry, we'll get started straight away. Are you okay to have your subconscious interfered with today, but know about it consciously?
Yes.
Good.
Work away.
Okay. Well, we'll go forward then. So, what was it you wanted to discuss today?
Well, I can be quite hungry for knowledge, and when I get interested in the subject, I tend to read, and then it's like the vessel gets full, and I can't do any more, and it's like my brain turns to mush, and it takes maybe weeks or maybe a few months for me to get back to the stage that I'm ready to absorb information again, and I just don't know why.
Okay. So how is that a problem for you now? How is that impacting?
Well, it impacts in all aspects of life. It impacts in work, because the industry is quite large, and you need to have that hunger for knowledge. You need to have a good business acumen, and there's laws changing all the time and procedures, and it's well within your interest as an employee to be up on those. If you're not, you're just you're just turning up for work every day. So I would like to be I'd like to be nice and clear that I could just absorb all the information and not take a block at any stage, because I think that's what it is, a wee block.
Okay. And so to get your problem into a nutshell, you're saying basically that you can absorb a lot of information at given times, but somewhere along the line it kind of creates a block, and it stops you taking in more. Is that the problem? And you want to do what instead? What would you like to be doing instead?
Things that are mindless. I wouldn't read anything, and if I was watching TV, it would have to be a mindless TV program, not a documentary or anything. It's like my brain goes into holiday mode and goes, I'm not doing anything else, and that's it.
Okay, but if you were able to do what you wanted to do, what would that be? It would be to be able to take it in continually, would it? And
it would, yes.
Not forget what you're absorbing?
Yes, I'd love that.
Okay. So, how do you do that then? How do you manage to forget?
It's not that I forget what I've taken in. I don't forget it. I just don't take on anything else. It's like I may read 3 or 4 books one after another at a time, and I will absorb the knowledge from the books, but I just wouldn't be interested to read anything else or to learn anything else for a period of time. It's almost like a period of time that I need to process what I've done already without taking on any more. But as the way the human brain works, in theory it shouldn't really work like that. Obviously it's something to do with me, to stop me from reading more and taking in more information when I would like to.
And you would like to take on more information?
Yes.
Okay. So, tricky. Okay, so to sum up the problem, you get to a point where you're sufficiently full, or you're not sufficiently full, but your mind or your brain tells you that there's enough there to be going on with, and it doesn't want to take on anything else. So how do you think it reaches that point? At what point is the decision made that there is no more that can be taken on?
I think it could be to do with tiredness. It's like a weariness. that I guess that's what it feels like, a weariness.
But you think there's more to this problem, or do you think that that is just a normal behaviour?
I don't know. All I know is that I take in so much information and I get tired and I need time out.
Okay. Okay, and then you need to go and do something mindless, yes? Just to allow your mind to settle and clear the space for the new information.
Yeah.
At what point do you know it's time to take on new information?
It's when I start to be interested in things again.
Okay. And what spurs that? What's the trigger for that?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Time seems to do it. If I have a period of time that, feel that there's... I don't know.
Okay, for instance, would you, with this problem, say that, okay, X amount of time has gone by, so it's time for me to be interested in something, or would you have an urge to go and find something of interest?
It would be an urge.
So it's not time sensitive, it's an interest sensitive.
I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe when the period of time passes, I'm just ready to take on more. I'm not sure.
Okay. So, all right. Think about when you reach the point that you can't absorb anymore, and you need to go into your mindless state. What's the first thing that you do at that point that lets you know it's time to stop? Do you get a picture in your mind? Do you get a feeling? Do you hear things? What is it that triggers it?
The trigger is I stop taking in the information, and the likelihood of me falling asleep is quite high. And then I can't remember how far I got, before I fell asleep.
Okay. So, can you remember a time when this happened? Have you got a specific time that you can recall it happening?
It happens all the time. Especially when I'm studying, if I'm taking on too much, it'll happen all the time.
Okay. But can you remember a specific time?
Probably with doing this and doing the B course at the same time. I'm sorry, can you hear her crying in the background?
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay. It's just, I think I had to take in so much information from the two different courses. I'm going to have to go and sort her out because she's doing my head in. I'm really sorry about this. It'll be 2 seconds, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pause it. Hold on a sec. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Resume. Okay, my name's Heddi. I'm the NLP coach for this session. It's session 20, Strategy Scrambler, and my client is Carol. Hello, Carol.
Hello, Heddi.
How are you?
I'm grand. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Okay, so you've sat down, you found the seat. I wasn't expecting you to jump in there so quickly, but never mind, we'll work with it from there. Are you okay for your subconscious mind to make this change and know about it consciously?
Absolutely.
Okay. So what problem did you want to discuss today?
I talk too much.
Don't we all? Okay. And how's that a problem for you?
Well, there's times in work that it would be better for me if I kept my mouth shut. So I would love to have the discipline just to shut up and not say anything, and just go back to my desk and do my work and not give in to the temptation of either giving my opinion or having a chat. I would love that.
It's not so bad having an opinion. It's a good thing to do. But so it's obviously getting in the way of things at the moment, is it? You talking too much?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. And what sort of things sort of encourage you to talk too much?
I think my knowledge of people and situations, that I end up knowing too much at times, and I would love to just retain that information and not have to share it.
Okay. So it's becoming dangerous, this talking
Yes.
too much, is it?
Yes,
Okay.
and I do feel it's going to affect my career in my job, because, you know, I really do, because,
Wow.
you know, there's my boss would ask my opinion about a lot of things. He does ask my opinion, but I have to learn that he doesn't necessarily want it.
Yes, okay.
You know, and I would love to be able to recognise when he's, you know, asking my opinion because he wants some sort of affirmation, and I need to find the balance of telling him something without being so honest and direct. You know.
So, do you recall a time when this happened?
Yeah, I
a recent
recall lots of times.
So can you get back to a specific time now?
Yeah, the last brilliant one was, he thinks a lot of one of the guys that works in our company, but my boss travels a lot, so he doesn't have to work with him, he doesn't really know him, and my experience of working with this guy is he would lie himself stupid out of situations. He changes paperwork to cover his backside. I just had no respect for him at all, and my boss wanted to promote him, and he wanted to promote him by giving him part of my job as his role, so he could, you know, give him a pay rise and a new title. And I told my boss what he was like, but my boss didn't listen to me, and now the guy totally discredits my boss in meetings, and, you know, and I just don't know what to do. I would have been better off just not saying anything, because he thinks I'm the worst in the world, and I'm thinking bad of somebody, but I'm not. I'm only going by my experience of that person, and I didn't feel that they fitted the role. It would have been better advertising the job either internally or externally and getting somebody else to do it, because the guy's not capable.
Okay, so your talking is honesty based, and you can't seem to stop that.
Yeah.
So you need really to find a way of saying to yourself, okay, there's certain things I need to say, and there's certain things that I need to keep to myself.
Yes. And I have no distinction between the two.
Okay. So your problem in a nutshell is not being able to decide what needs to be said and what doesn't need to be said, and finding a way of discerning between the two, yes?
Yes, because I feel that I'm diluting the strength of what actually matters because of too much talking.
Okay. So what's the first thing that you do when you start to talk too much? Do you form a picture in your mind? Do you get a feeling in your body? Do you hear certain things? What triggers that?
It's more like an energy. It's more, and it's almost like I know what the best situation is, and that could be taken as arrogance as well. And I understand that, but it is pure energy and pure opinion. So
it sounds like it's a feeling in your body. Where do you feel that feeling?
I feel it around. I feel it mostly around the back of my neck and my shoulders.
Okay, and how strong is that feeling?
It doesn't feel very strong. It's more like an energy that I would feel.
And is it warm or hot?
Warm. And it goes up through my head. Sorry, Heddi.
Is there any intensity attached to it?
There would be, yes. There would be.
Okay. So if you can remember a precise time that this happened recently, can you take yourself back into that?
Yes.
Into that feeling and express it verbally to me, how you're feeling?
I feel like a strength, and I feel like a truth. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with what I'm doing, but I do know, you know, as a person, but I know career-wise, it's not smart. And I really need to be able to distinguish that. So there is an intensity to it, and there is a heat to it, and I just can't stop myself.
Okay. All right. So, if you were to rewind that movie, right to the beginning of that moment, because I'm assuming at some point in your life you didn't used to do this.
I don't think I did. No, I think I would have.
Or do you think you've always done it?
I'm not sure. I would have always been quite strong as a character, but I don't know how far I would have went. I don't remember.
Okay. So can we assume that maybe as a child you weren't likely to get yourself into problems with this?
Actually, yes. In primary school, I used to get myself into lots of problems with this. Yes.
Okay.
Time in the corridor, and all the rest of it.
Okay. So it's going to be hard for you to get back to a point then where this wasn't really a problem. Because it would have been nice to have had a starting point where we could try and remember what triggered it in the very first place, and what how you get to that point. Is there a build up to this, or is it literally the problem is in front of you and you react to it, or the episode that you're speaking about appears and you just speak, or do you take some time out to consider and then you go and speak? Do you plan how you're going to do this?
Well, a lot of the situations would be, through experience. Like what I was saying about the guy in work. I mean, I've had to work with him day in, day out, and it's very hard to get to the bottom of any problems when there's somebody who doesn't know even how to lie straight in bed. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't know the truth if it hit him up the face. So obviously when I am asked about this one particular person, I'm going to be like, no, don't go there.
Okay, but so basically you're watching this guy, you're absorbing and gathering information on him, really. And then later on, when the opportunity comes, you utilise that information. Is that right?
That sounds terrible.
But is that the strategy, or would you say?
I don't think I have a strategy. I think there's a place for everybody and there's a role for everybody. So, but I think that the person in the role has to be able to live up and be able to do the job instead of having to babysit somebody. Really? You shouldn't have to babysit somebody in a workplace.
No. Okay. So, I need to know what the very first thing is that makes you do it then. When your boss comes to you and says to you, okay, Joe Blogg's over there, this is what I want to do with him, what's the first thing you do? What's the first thing you think of? What's the first action you take? Do you try to hold back, or do you just go for it? Or
Well, it depends. I mean, it's a case of because there was a certain role he wanted him to fulfill, I knew the guy wasn't capable of it. So my reaction, as more a reaction, would be, he's not the person that you need to do that job. Which is this the only instance, or is this generally in your life? Because it's feeling quite focused on this one person at the moment. Is it a problem generally, or is it a problem with this guy? I don't think it's a problem in general, because I mean, we've got new people in the company and we've been able to move them through the company, but they've suited the role and they're really good at it, and I have supported them 100% and trained them and been there for them at the other end of the phone. But I think in a workplace it's very difficult because you're given your honest opinion. And this guy has got the role and he can't do the job. So, and then I'm left clearing up after him, and taking me away from my job, and other people as well, they're doing the same in their departments because he can't do
Okay,
the
so are
job.
you finding that you feel angry first? Do you feel resentful? What's the feeling that comes to the fore that makes you feel a need to illuminate your boss as to the failings of this guy?
Basically,
Is it just injustice, or is it unfairness? Is it resentment? What leads to you speaking?
well, he asked me for my opinion and I give it to him. So I honestly felt there was other people within the department that would have been 10 million times better at doing the job than him. But the two girls that I was thinking about were away on maternity leave, and I felt that they missed out within a matter of a month of this role because they were off maternity leave, and they've given it to an absolute numpty, and they're not going to be able to demote him. That's it, he's in.
Okay.
So maybe it is injustice.
Do you every time you're asked about this guy, do you do the same thing, or does it differ? Do you forget to do it sometimes?
No, I definitely don't do the same thing. Definitely not.
So you don't react in the same way every time?
No, it just depends on what the question is and the situation. That's the main thing.
Okay, so you're not really that good at this then?
I am quite good at it.
Because you forget. But you forget sometimes?
It's not forgetting. It's a case of if my boss said, do you think he'd be capable of getting a cup of tea? I go, yeah, he would be. He'd be great.
But you do forget to do the same behaviour sometimes, yes?
I wish it is.
Yes?
Yeah, I'd love that.
But do you forget about it sometimes? Do you?
As long as I'm not speaking to him or don't bump into him in work,
you can forget about it.
I can forget about it.
Okay, so I forget about things sometimes, and I just forget about them. I sometimes forget to put the trash out. I just forget about it. I just don't do it. Is that something you could do?
I would love to.
So well, we don't really know, do we, what the first thing is that happens that makes you do it. It seems to be your boss talks to you and you feel a need to be completely honest with your boss and tell him everything you feel about this chap. There's nothing in particular. It's the first thing you hear is the boss asking you the question and you respond to this question as honestly as you can. Yes, that's how you kind of show up. Okay, so if I was to say to you, could you teach me how to do this? Could you do that?
I would do my best.
Okay, so what's the first thing I'd need to do then? So as soon as my boss shows up, I've just had a little run-in with this guy about an hour earlier. I'm not very happy with him. He's upset me yet again. I'm feeling that he's not very clever, very good. And my boss turns up. What's the first thing I do? Do I go, oh no, he's having a really good day. He's fine. Me and him are really cool. Is that what I do?
No.
Okay, so what do I do then? You tell me what I do.
You just have to tell the truth. tell my boss what he's really like.
Okay, so I'm going to tell a few white lies and I'm going to just say he's really great, he's fine, he's doing a really good job, and maybe hope that because I'm saying this he'll actually live up to those things, in which case everyone's happy and everyone's a winner. So is that how we go?
If you're any good at alchemy, yeah.
Okay, so what would I do next? What would be next? So when my boss goes, oh great, I'm really glad you guys are getting along, it all seems to be going very well here. I'm really glad I promoted this guy because he seems to be running the department really well. Would that be a good thing to say next?
If it was true, yeah, it'd be amazing. I'd love it to be true.
Okay, so because I'm looking out for me as well, I'm wanting my job to work well. Corporations don't seem to like the truth very much. Not really.
No.
They prefer people to smooth the path. And sometimes we have to say things that we don't necessarily believe. So I'm going to approach the situation saying, yeah, he's really cool. He's really cool. We get on really well. He's doing a very, very good job. He seems to be living up to the role very well. I think you made a great choice. Would that be a good thing to say to my boss? Yeah?
He would prefer that if you said that to him. Yes, because he doesn't like trouble.
Okay, so how am I doing at being you?
Really badly.
Really? Are you sure? Are you really sure?
He'd be getting out a thermometer and taking my temperature if I said that to him.
So the dynamics could change quite radically then.
Yeah.
And you could feel better about yourself, which would be really good. Because you wouldn't be talking too much, would you?
No.
So I'm going to turn up. I'm going to be really nice about him. I'm going to commend my boss for his fantastic choice of personnel and tell him he's done a great job. And you hope that he's going to do well from his choice going forward. And you can only imagine that being great because he's doing his job so well and he's actually stepped up to the mark. Could that work?
I think he'd think I was being sarcastic.
But could it work? Do you want to have a look at it and see if it could work?
I'm definitely up to give it a go.
I think you should. I think it could work.
I think it'd have better fun.
Exactly. You could have fun with it and wow, they'd all be so shocked they'd just go, what's going on? And suddenly you'd be a much more interesting person than just the one laying it all out on the table so they all know who you are and where you're coming from. Keep the mystery alive. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll definitely have a go at that.
Good. So, we know that might work. So, hold on a minute. What was the problem again anyway? What was it? Where were we?
I talk too much.
You talk too much. Okay. I hope next time you might give it a go and maybe try approaching it slightly differently. And maybe you'll find the more you do something different and the more different results you get, the more you'll enjoy them and the more you'll be able to do it.
So
maybe.
I'm taking on the art of blagging then.
I wouldn't tell you to do that at all.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
Okay, Carol. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Heddi.
I hope it helps a little.
Thank you.
Okay, let's stop the recording. Stop.